NCTV programs are underwritten in part by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating Oil, Propane, and Motor Fuels, with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of energy systems, as well as air conditioning and water conditioning. Their friendly, highly trained, and certified staff is available to assist you throughout the process. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer in New London since 1997, and much further back as the Country Press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications. LaValle Building Supply, serving homeowners and contractors since 1962. Whether you're an experienced builder or simply a do-it-yourselfer, you'll find what you need at LaValle Building Supply. Barton Insurance Agency provides local access to all your business and personal insurance needs, from auto, home, life, to business liability and related needs. Experience the hometown difference of Barton Insurance Agency. Baba's Bar and Grill on Newberry Harbor for great land fare, seafood, sandwiches, and Baba's award-winning chowder. You won't be disappointed. They're having a lot of fun at Baba's Bar and Grill. The Innertown Record, your weekly hometown newspaper covering the Kearsarge, Sunapee, and Sunshine region of New Hampshire. Online and in print, the Innertown Record. Main Street Bookends in Warner, an independent bookstore providing books, toys, games, cards, and gifts. With a gallery showcasing local arts and artists, Main Street Bookends in Warner. And North Cape Design Build. Thank all our underwriters for making your local programming possible on NCTV. The Fall Mountain Football Program wants to recognize our boosters, families, friends, and community. We have a strong group of Gridiron Club members who donate their time and money to ensure that the fundraising and program support is successful year to year. They have made today's television coverage possible. Please thank them, or better yet, get involved.
The 2023 high school football season is reaching its midway point. 4 games down. This is game 5, 4 more to go after tonight. We welcome you to Langton, New Hampshire and John Cooper Hubbard Field, where tonight YCN has a special broadcast. It's the 3-1 Fall Mountain Wildcats against the 1-3 Kingswood Knights. It's homecoming in Langton, and it's raining. Mother Nature has thrown us yet another curveball here in this 2023 season. Anticipated we're going to get a half to an inch of rain during the course of the game tonight. Kickoff at about 50 degrees, and it's a big ball game for the Fall Mountain Wildcats, who have already put themselves in pretty good position. 3 wins in their first 4 games. And here now against a Kingswood club that is improving by the week. They're 1-3, but a club that we saw sting Kearsarge a couple of weeks ago on the road, so they're trying for another road win. It'll be in the maroon tops, black pants. The Fall Mountain Wildcats will kick. Kingswood won the toss, and they elected to receive. We'll play 10-minute quarters. I'm not sure how much the passing game is going to be affected. We'll let the players determine that. Serafin Agramonte is the wide receiver on the far side for Kingswood. Dean Porter is number 4 here on the near side, and we'll get ready for football the field appears to be holding up pretty well. We've had a lot of rain today and more rain to come. Into the football, Troy Tenney will knock it by Porter, and he'll have to go chase it all the way to the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Okay, it's a touchback.
And it'll be Kingswood ball first, coached by Tom McCullough in his second season now with Kingswood, trying to build a program back. Orion Binney is trying to do the same thing here at Fall Mountain, and maybe the Wildcats are a little bit more ahead of the game than Kingswood at this point. Teams did meet 1 year ago in Wolfboro. Fall Mountain won that game 48-12. That was the first ever meeting between the teams, so this is the first time that Kingswood has ever ventured down to Langton, New Hampshire, south of Charlestown and Claremont on the western side of the state. And here we go, first play of the game.
Inside handoff.
That'll be a run play. The quarterback is Colby Brown. He is a sophomore, number 7 for Kingswood. They'll run it on the first play of the game. They'll use a bunch of running backs. Captain Brady Clark, 33, one of the ball carriers. You'll see Liam Roshnot carry the ball. The speedy guy is Agramonte, the guy who's back there on the kick return. So call it a gain of 2. Second down and 8 from the 22-yard line, just underway. Kingswood in the white tops and the green pants K on the jersey. This is Agramonte, and he goes low, and we'll get down to about the 29-yard line.
Owen Waysville on the tackle.
Pickup of about 7 will make about third down and 1 to go as Agramonte took the handoff. Captain for Fall Mountain, Waysville in on the stop.
Spotted at the 28-yard line of
some pretty good blocking up front for the Knights. Clingan Smith, the fullback, was the one leading the way, and this time it is Clingan Smith as the fullback, and Clark is the tailback. Third and short. They're on schedule. They'll give it to Clark to try to counter, and he'll go ahead and have the Kingswood first down. So 3 running plays out of the box for the Knights. Pickup of 5, and it'll be first down and 10, just underway here at the 34-yard line. And you'll see that the counter play looks like it's designed to run right. He brings it back left, and there was some pretty good yardage there. Defensive tackles for Fall Mountain. See 55 Waysville there in on the left side. Here's first down 10. That'll be another run. And Agramonte hit, stood up, and eventually will be thrown back. But did pick up pretty good yardage there. They'll give him the 40, so it'll be 6 yards.
So from Agramonte, the ball carrier, got about 6, coming up second and 4.
Second down, clock running in the first quarter. Kingswood is a club that is going to play better from the lead. They are more of a ground-oriented team, not that they can't hit for passes. Porter in the backfield with Clingan Smith.
Handoff goes over the left side.
And it'll be Porter this time, or rather it'll be Clingan Smith who takes it. They'll give him 2.
Evan West, along with Owen Waysville on the tackle.
West and Waysville in on the stop there for Fall Mountain. Evan West, number 5, coming out of that linebacker spot. Third down 2. 9:10 to go in the first. Kingswood on its first possession. High snap. They will try to run it, and down goes the back. Dean Porter.
Taken down by number 42.
Wrestled down there after maybe no gain.
No gain on the play. It's going to be a fourth down.
And they will kick the football away.
Team is out. Number 32.
But some good progress for Kingswood. Started the drive of their 20. And now we'll boot it out at from the 41-yard line. So they got a little bit of field position, and now Fall Mountain about to go on offense for the first time. They'll drop Eric Franklin, the senior, back. Fall Mountain being advised watch a fake, but it's not. Got a good rush on. Ball will hop in front of Franklin. He'll let it go. And it'll die at the 26, and that's where Fall Mountain will go on offense for the first time today.
Their own 26.
From their own 26-yard line. We welcome you in. Again, Orion Binney's 7th season at Fall Mountain. 2019, when Fall Mountain went to the championship game in Division 4, Coach Binney was named the Division 4 Coach of the Year. Well, Fall Mountain's not in Division 4 anymore. They're up in Division 3 now for the second year. Went 4-5 in the division a year ago. So here comes the first play of the game. Franklin, the quarterback, will work out of the shotgun. First play, handoff, and driving up the middle for good yardage. Getting to the second level will be Owen Riendo, the senior. Pickup of 8 yards on the first down run. Get another quick look at it as you see 22 there. Follow the blocking of his fullback right up ahead and get again down to the second level before finally wrestled to the ground. 2nd and 2 from the 34-yard line. Again, 2 backs in with the quarterback. And we get a whistle. And we'll get a line violation, and who's it on? Officials will huddle up here. Our referee tonight is John Jaskolka, Andrew Hardery, Gary Wright, Sean Moynihan, and Tim Leaf, the crew. Offsides, Fall Mountain is the call.
It's against Kingswood.
Well, he signaled to Fall Mountain.
Offsides.
But it's not. The penalty is on Kingswood, and the offside will give the Wildcats a first down up at the 39-yard line. One man in the slot. Riendo. Short gain, tackled by Kingswood's 77, Jacob Brown, the junior. Pickup of 1 on the run.
Gain about a yard on the play. It's going to be a 2nd and 9. The ball is spotted at the 40-yard.
Second down and 9. Fall Mountain did do a lot of their passing drills in the warm-ups in the rain, so I think they have a fairly good understanding of what's involved tonight. You try to keep the footballs as dry as you can. There's really no way to do it with this much rain. 3 in the backfield this time. Quarterback Franklin rolling. It's a sweep right. Franklin has got midfield, and he's into Kingswood territory, and a good gainer all the way to the 42-yard line. Pickup of 18 yards on the run for Franklin. Watch how this play sets up, and again, 3 in motion. Franklin able to keep his balance there, and they got to the edge. See some help from, looked like senior Troy Tenney, 25, up ahead doing the blocking there to set the Wildcats up here in good position. Tenney will be one of them in the backfield. So blocking back, they'll give it to Riendo, and he breaks a tackle, and Riendo across the 30 and down to the 27. It's another first down run. Charlie DeSalt on the run.
First down.
Watch this one off of the left side. Able to keep his balance there in a good run. First down.
Ball be spotted at the 28-yard line.
They'll call it the 28, so that was a gain of 14. Again, 3 in the backfield.
Handoff is number 22, Charles DeSalt.
DeSalt again on the handoff. And this is working well for Coach Binney and the Wildcats.
Check that gets down to about the 16. That's good for
down to the 16-yard line. And it'll be a first down for the Wildcats. 5.5 to go in the first quarter. 22 found the lane again. Troy Tenney blocking up ahead, doing his job as the lead blocker there. Helped to set up the run, and the Wildcats have gone 18, 14, and 12 yards on their last 3 carries. Rendo back into the backfield. He takes,
Number 7.
and he'll go off of the left side. And that's down to maybe inside the 10, about the 9-yard line, a pickup of 7.
Going up 2nd and 4.
So I guess, as expected, neither team has tried to throw a pass yet. The running back there, able to find good footing, and that's something that we'll watch for as well. When the field gets wet, cuts are a little bit more difficult. 2nd down and 4. Wildcats driving at the Kingswood 9. No score. First quarter, Division III football tonight from Langton, New Hampshire. I'm Bob Lippman, glad to be with you. Quarterback throws. End zone. Caught.
Touchdown.
Evan West, touchdown. Fall Mountain. Franklin to West.
Pass.
It's a 9-yard pass
Evan
play.
9-yard touchdown.
That'll cap a 7-play, 74-yard drive for the Wildcats on their first possession of the game. Kind of put West into that position near the front of the end zone where either he was going to get it or it was going to be incomplete. Tenney will try the point after. Ball's down, kick is on the way, and that kick is good. Fall Mountain leads 7-0 with 4:20 to go in the first quarter. 4:21 to go in the first. Let's take a look at the pass play for Franklin one more time. The blocking setup, you'll watch 5 sneak here in the front. Just turn around and he's across the goal line and he's in for the touchdown. Touchdown reception for Evan West. Fall Mountain a week ago won their game 7-0 at Conval. We're actually going to see Conval and Kingswood next week as a special game of the week. Fall Mountain, after losing a heartbreaker 20-18 to Monadnock to start the season, has followed it up with a win over Kearsarge, a win at Epping Newmarket, and a win at Conval. Kingswood has a win over Kearsarge. They lost to Epping Newmarket 14-7 last week. And now we'll see what Kingswood can do in the return situation here. They'll punch it far side. The ball hits the up man Porter. He'll pick it up. Bring it back far side. Can he get out? He's at the 20, 25, 26, 27-yard line. A good return. I think it was West over there. Josh Town as well to make the stop for Fall Mountain. So 4:11 to go. Kingswood gets the ball for the second time, but our score is now 7-0 in favor of Fall Mountain. So just when we had said that the weather might be preventing teams from throwing the ball, Fall Mountain got down near the end zone, and instead of trying to pound it in, they throw a pass, and they get the first points of the night. Get the new football out.
Brown sets his team.
Brown back under center, and here we go. First down for Kingswood.
Hand up the middle.
Agramonte. I'll call that name a lot tonight, and goes for
Brandon
about
Baker
1.
On the tackle. Gain about a yard on the play. It's coming up 2nd and 9. Ball spotted just inside the 30-yard line of Kingswood.
Pickup of 1 on that run. Kingswood head coach Tom McCullough. Been on the staff for a long time at his alma mater. It's pouring right now. Here's the toss. Agramonte. Tackle by Josh DeVore. And that's a short gain. Maybe 1.
That was Serafin Agramonte.
I'll set up a long 3rd down, which is not where you want to be playing tonight in these conditions. I guess if there's anything there's a little bit good about it is that it's not too cold and it's not windy. So we move towards 3 minutes to go in the first. Fall Mountain in front. Snap will come from 75, Joseph Green.
We'll see who got it.
Ball came loose. Bottom of the pile, on top of the ball is the quarterback, Brown, but nothing doing on this drive And this is what you worry about right here. Watch the exchange from center. And the quarterback just didn't pick it up. It was there for the take. Fall Mountain had some bigs there. But they didn't get it. Fourth down and 8 from the 30-yard line. Wildcats drop Franklin back. Not an easy day to punt. Fall Mountain deep. Brendan McPhee, 32. Puts his right foot into it. Line drive punt. Franklin's going to try to field it. Nope, he'll just get out of the way and give Fall Mountain the football at the 34-yard line. We're in the first quarter tonight. Fall Mountain.
Fall Mountain will start at the 34. Fall Mountain will start.
And Kingswood meeting for, again, only the second time ever. These schools go back to the 60s, but they've never been in the same divisions. Kingswood had played Division II football for a long time. Division III is pretty new for them. And Fall Mountain had played Division IV, even Division V football as a smaller school. So we get to take this in today. End of the game tonight, we'll name our H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating turning up the Heat Player of the Game for the competitor that had the greatest impact on today's game. Quarterbacks is sacked. On the rollout, the tackle for Owen Klingensmith for Kingswood, and no chance whatsoever for Rando here. Actually, for Franklin here.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 26-yard line of Fall Mountain.
Ended up losing 8. Now we're down to 1:35 to go here in the first quarter. Second, Fall Mountain possession. The first ended in points. Fall Mountain in a big hole right here. I don't see how safe they want to play it. They'll give the ball to DeSalt, and he'll get a couple of yards back. But it will be 3rd and long.
Gets a couple on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 13.
Top of the division, there's a big game tonight between Trinity and Campbell. And how do those schools factor in? Well, Kingswood's already played the two who are probably at the top of the Division III standings. Fall Mountain try to build a good record and try to take that into those last couple games, which in the regular season are against Campbell and Trinity. 40 seconds left first quarter. Franklin. And just a quick handoff to DeSalt, and that'll be it. And they'll give the football up. And the problem on this drive was that there's got nothing on that first down play. Ended up losing 8, and now the Wildcats will kick the football back. 19 seconds to go in the quarter, and Fall Mountain trying to get the right personnel on the field. I don't know whether or not they can just run this out or not. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that'll do it. There's the horn at the end of one. We'll switch sides. In the first, an Eric Franklin to Evan West touchdown pass of 9 yards has Fall Mountain leading Kingswood 7-0 on the YCN Game of the Week.
We would like to thank the following sponsors of the Fall Mountain Wildcat
Fall Mountain Football Program wants to recognize our boosters, families, friends, and community. We have a strong group of Gridiron Club members who donate their time and money to ensure that the fundraising and program support is successful year to year. They have made today's television coverage possible. Please thank them, or better yet, get involved.
Thank you very much.
The mission of the Fall Mountain High School, here upon graduation, students will have the academic and social abilities to actively apply their knowledge and skills as ethically responsible citizens, well equipped to succeed in their community, country, and the world. We thank Fall Mountain for having us here today as we get set for the punt that'll start the second quarter. Kingswood will let it go dead at the 38, so they have pretty good field position here for their third possession of the game. Kingswood has had the football twice. They have one first down. About 23 yards of total offense, all on the ground. Take a look at the Knights. So Fall Mountain has done a good job defensively here in the early going and almost came away with a turnover on that last possession. See at the 30-yard line. One of the great things about my perch here is that I'm right above the concession stands. I can hear the hamburger orders coming in right below me. It's pretty good. What would you like on that? Little onions? Here's the play. First down run play. And again, Fall Mountain, good pursuit and tackling as they bring down Clark. See, I see 5 West is there, 14 Josh DeVore. I think 16 helped out as well. Max Wyman for Fall Mountain. He's a sophomore. Pickup of 2 on the run.
Gain of about 2 on the play. It's going to be spotted at the
second down for
line.
Kingswood.
2nd and 8.
$11:25 to go in the first half. Agramonte, and he's brought down in the backfield. That's 29, Patrick Connors, a sophomore, in on the stop for Fall Mountain. Keaton Agramonte, and he makes the tackle. All the way back at the 35, they lost 5 yards.
3rd and 12.
It'll be third down,
at the 35-yard
and
line.
about 13 yards to go. Kingswood in a passing down. Well, maybe you can go for 4. Quarterback dropped the ball. It's loose, and this time it is Fall Mountain football.
Fall Mountain has recovered the fumble.
68, Finnegan Brodeur is the Wildcat who came up with the football.
34.
And it'll be first down, Fall Mountain at the 33-yard line of Kingswood with 10:38 to go here in the second quarter, and that's the first turnover of the game. And there may be more than that. On a tough night, that's the second Kingswood fumble. This one they lose, though. First down, tight formation, Franklin to throw. Pass the left flat to DeVore. DeVore goes for first down yardage. Down to the 20-yard line at a Fall Mountain first down. Quick hitter out in the left flat for DeVore, 14.
Josh DeVore on the reception, catch and run.
Pickup of 13 on that play.
21-yard line.
They ran Riendo out as a blocker there. And who's that big guy up ahead doing some blocking as well? I see 78, Murray Spalding, one of the senior captains for the Wildcats. It's first down. 2 ends come out wide to the right, so now Fall Mountain showing they're not afraid to throw the football here. Franklin to throw this time the flat on the right side, caught by Riendo, but brought down by Trey Peterson of Kingswood in the open
Trey
field.
Peterson on the tackle.
Loss of 4.
About 2 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 12.
It's going to be second down for the Wildcats. Fall Mountain leads 7-0. Eric Franklin to Evan West, a touchdown pass. Fall Mountain looking to get their 4th win of the year. It's a program that has competed very successfully the last few years.
Charles Assault.
Now be DeSalt. Tries to turn it upfield, but there's nothing there. It'll be third down. Maybe a gain of 1 on the run play. Will set up third down, about 13 to go. .22 Took the inside route, but the defender not fooled there, and Brady Clark, senior captain for Kingswood. 3rd and long. Probably 4-down territory. You're not going to be trying a field goal in these conditions. So maybe you try to get half of it. Franklin will roll to the right, looks downfield, caught. He's got it. Riendo with a catch of the 15-yard line. So that will set up a 4th and short. So what do they need to get to? Maybe about the 11. So 4th and about maybe 3 or 4 on the pass play. So Franklin has not missed yet in these conditions. As the touchdown pass, he's 3 for 3 throwing the football on this drive. 4th down, Fall Mountain. Ball at the Kingswood 15-yard line. One back alongside the quarterback. Franklin rolling in trouble. Down he goes.
Down in the backfield.
Stephen Lawrence, a junior for Kingswood, brings down Franklin. And the drive will stall there. But Fall Mountain unable to convert points off of the Kingswood fumble loss. And now the Knights will take over down 7-0 with 7:56 to go in quarter number 2. At halftime today, they were hoping to have a band performance, the Wildcat Band, but from what I understand, because of the weather, not going to be able to do that. But they are going to recognize the Fall Mountain classes of 1968 and 1973 here at halftime in Langton tonight. YCN special coverage, Kingswood Fall Mountain quarterback in trouble, tried to hand it off. And Fall Mountain trying to get that football out. They very nearly did. Looked like it was going to be a designed handoff, but did not go well. We'll call it a loss of 4, 2nd and 14, Kingswood from the 18. We move towards halfway through quarter 2. Just the one touchdown on the board so far, a Fall Mountain touchdown pass in the first. Quarterback under center.
Down with the inside handoff.
Clark on the handoff.
Agramonte on the carry.
And he'll get out to the 24.
5 or 6 yards in the play. Check that. There was Brady Clark on the carry.
Clark will pick up 6, 3rd down and 8 from the 24. Kingswood really keeping it tight within the tackles.
3rd and 8. Ball just inside the 25-yard line. Kingswood.
Brown will go up under center. He has 2 running backs behind him. The deep man is Agramonte. Agramonte takes the toss, hit at the line, dragged down. And that's Charlie DeSalt on the tackle. And it's 3 and out for Kingswood. Owen Riendo will drop back, punt formation. Should be great field position for Fall Mountain. Riendo, let's see, he's going to back himself up to about the Fall Mountain 40.
Franklin back to receive for Fall Mountain.
McPhee will punt for Kingswood. All right, they got the snap. The punt on its way. Hits, takes a Kingswood bounce, and then spins to a stop at the 47-yard line. So good field position with 5:35 to go here in quarter number 2. Welcome, viewers, to our Lake Sunapee Region TV station. You can watch it on TDS TV 13 and 1013, NCTV 8, and at ycnnow.com by clicking on Watch on NCTV 24/7 button. Take us wherever you go. If you're watching the game on Friday night and live, we have a great one. The division leaders in Division 4, Newport and Somersworth, clash over at Marin Field in Newport tomorrow afternoon.
Franklin gets his team ready.
Be 1 of 2 games on for you tomorrow. 5:35 left. Fall Mountain looking for points here before the end of the half. Franklin will run. Gets to the second level and still going, is down at about the 41-yard line. Emerson Denito, senior captain, in on the stop for Kingswood, but a pickup for Franklin on the carry.
Franklin gets it out to about the
3 and 9, about a 12-yard gain for the quarterback Franklin. Set up a first down. It's the first down for either team here in the second quarter. 5:09 to go. Franklin tosses it. Riendo. And he gets the edge. 35 to the 30.
25.
And Riendo down to almost the 25-yard line. It's a first down, Fall Mountain.
That's good for Fall Mountain. First down.
Pickup of 16 yards on the carry. Blocking out on the edge, 55, Owen Waysville, 29, Patrick Connors. Tackle made over there by Denito. .440 to go in the second. As Fall Mountain comes to the line of scrimmage. Franklin wants to run.
Tripped up a little bit, but stays on his feet.
Knocked a little bit off balance, and that allowed the defenders to get over to push him out of bounds. Franklin pushed out over there. Liam Roshnat, Trey Peterson
about a yard on the play,
on the stop.
Second and 11.
And a loss of 1 on the play for Franklin, who has a touchdown pass in this game. Wide to the left goes Evan West. He's the one who scored the touchdown. In the slot is Charlie Dussault. Franklin throws. He's got West inside screen, and West will get some pretty good yardage. Dean Porter will bring him down.
18.
There's a penalty flag over on that far side. Is it in the area perhaps of a hold, an illegal block on Fall Mountain? We're going to find out right here. Holding Fall Mountain is the call.
Penalty is against Fall Mountain. It's holding.
So I'll be marked off from the spot of the foul, which appears to be about the 22. So I got some pretty good yardage on it, but a holding penalty is going to negate at least some of it.
Okay, the spot ball was at about the 22-yard line. So we'll move back from there.
.340 left in the half. So the 10-yard mark-off will put it down to the 32. And the Wildcats need to get to the 15 for a first down. Still second down.
So spot at the 32-yard line.
End comes out wide to the right. 14 is Josh DeVore. In the slot on the right side is Charlie Dussault. One back in behind the quarterback. Franklin rolling to the right under pressure. Beats one man, now wants to throw. Downfield, caught. Ball will go to Troy Tenney.
Gets it back to the original line of scrimmage.
And Tenney down to the 25. It'll be 3rd down and 10. And let's see, this one took a little time to develop.
25.
Quarterback rolling right, and you see the on-charger for Kingswood slip there. And Tenney gets out into the flat there, and a pickup of 7, 3rd down 10. 2:54 to go. Fall Mountain would love to finish this with some points, and again, 4 down territory. Toss goes to Riendo, gets outside, and will only get about a yard or two. And it'll be 4th down, and now Fall Mountain will go for it here. Let's see if they can do something deep in Kingswood territory with 2.5 to go in the half and leading by a score of 7-0. Franklin brings the play in from the sideline. And it wouldn't be a bad time to use one of your timeouts. Make sure that you get a play that you want. You don't have to rush this. But they'll be set now. Here we go. Widest out to the right is DeVore. Franklin rolling to the right.
Franklin
Pumps once. Now airs one out downfield. It'll fall harmlessly incomplete. Got a little wobbler off the head. Maybe trying to get it to Charlie DeSalt downfield there.
Charles DeSalt.
And Kingswood able to hold. No points allowed. And the Knights now take over with a 1:54 to go here in the first half. 7-0 in favor of Fall Mountain. It will be Fall Mountain ball to start the second half. And now a timeout will be taken by Kingswood. So Kingswood will bring the offense over and see what they can do. The Fall Mountain Football Booster, also known as the Fall Mountain Gridiron Club, was founded 6 years ago and is made up of a group of dedicated parents that donate time, money, baked goods, and never-ending support. Go Wildcats, important part of every program. Been following Fall Mountain football for almost 4 decades now, so a pretty good concept of what it all means to be a Wildcat, and we're so proud of this school. And it's a tough one to bring athletes together because you had a lot of small communities all bringing their athletes together. You've had some terrific basketball teams. Most recently, the girls basketball team made the run at the state title a couple of years back. All right, here we go. For Kingswood, first down from the 25. And they fired off too soon from the left side.
They have a flag or a couple flags on the play.
It's a Kingswood penalty. Cost them 5 yards.
Looks like it's a false start for Kingswood.
Take a little break at halftime. We're hoping to bring you again the Fall Mountain Wildcat band performance here, but they're not going to perform at halftime.
That'll move it back to the 20-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 15 from
First and 15. 20. So we have just the Eric Franklin to Evan West touchdown pass. It's been all the scoring so far. This time Kingswood looks to throw. That's a dime. Boy, a beautiful ball. Over the middle, trying to get it to the tight end. It's a Caleb Forgy. And it's incomplete.
It's going to go second down.
Boy, that ball looks sharp. Watch this one off of the hands of quarterback. Yeah, a really tight spiral. And maybe should have had that. But who am I to say on a wet night like this, you got to go up in the air. 2nd and 10, 1:49 to go. Keep it on the ground here to Agramonte.
Over the right side.
And he'll get 9 yards. If you take a look at it, if Kingswood would be able to start generating a little bit of a pass game, that may make that ground game a little bit more prolific. But to this point, they've only thrown the football once.
We have a timeout.
Timeout Fall Mountain here with 1:30 to go in the first half. YCN would like to thank Athletic Director Gordon Dansereau for his assistance in putting everything in place for tonight's telecast. He'd like to remind parents that winter sports tryouts are November 20th for basketball, boys ice hockey November 27th, girls ice hockey November 27th, unified basketball November 27th, and cross-country ski December the 4th. Minute and a half to go in the second quarter. Fall Mountain leads Kingswood 7-0, the second ever meeting between these schools on the gridiron. Not sure that they've played in a whole lot of other sports either.
Okay, we got 3rd and 10.
Third down. Emerson Donito comes out wide to the left, and again, Fall Mountain, or this is Kingswood missing the snap count again. So the ends on the right side fired off. I'll cost them 5 more yards.
That'll move it back to the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd and
Coach
15
Binney
from the 20.
still has 2 of his Fall Mountain timeouts. So in the event that they wind up with something, they move too soon again.
Another penalty on the play. False start on Kingswood. That'll move him back 5 yards. It's going to be 1st and 20 from the 15-yard line.
So what I was saying was Coach Binney still has a couple timeouts. Fall Mountain could get themselves into a position where maybe they have a short field and can try something before the end of the half. But again, no rush. You're going to get the ball to start the second half. All right, Colby Brown drops back. He's only tried one pass. Going to try one here. Coming out here deep on the sidelines. That ball is intercepted. It's picked off by Josh DeVore, who makes the interception. It'll be Fall Mountain football at the 37-yard line.
At the Kingswood.
The Kingswood 38-yard line. There we go. Josh DeVore with the interception, and Kingswood has turned it over for the second time tonight. Ball just hung up there a little bit too long, trying to get it deep to Donito, and Kingswood unable to do that. Unable to complete it. So their first pass was incomplete over the middle. Their second pass was intercepted.
All right, Franklin sets his team.
Franklin, the quarterback, man out to the left. Got West far out to the right. They're going to throw the swing pass caught. There's running room left side for Rando to the 25 to the 20 and down to the 13-yard line.
Puts it down to the 13.
Pickup of 25 yards on the pass play.
First down.
First down for Fall Mountain. This was set up by the DeVore interception.
Timeout. Wildcats.
Wildcats will use a timeout. There's still 1:14 to go. They flipped that ball with Riendo in motion, so he's got a full head of steam.
13.
Slipped a little bit as he tried to come back, and that allowed Klingensmith to bring him down for Kingswood. It's still a 7-0 game with 1:14 to go, but Fall Mountain knocking at the door here right before halftime. So Wildcats huddle up around a Coach Binney, who is not at all worried about the fact that he's drenched here in the first half. It has rained steadily, as expected, throughout the entire first half. Fans here tonight, many with umbrellas along the sidelines, ringing the field. All right, here we go. Franklin already with one touchdown pass. They'll put DeSalt in the backfield. DeSalt on the handoff. Inside handoff gets nothing. It'll be second down.
About 2 on the play.
As we go to a minute, one timeout left for Fall Mountain. Franklin will come over to the sidelines, get the play. Connor Prentice, Jim Tremblay, Isaac Westover, Clayton Wadsworth, Chaz Scott listed as the assistant coaches on my Fall Mountain roster. They'll send West out deep to the right. Franklin rolling that way.
Franklin looking
to pass. Hits the underneath man.
Patrick Connors puts it down
to about the 11.
There's a flag back here.
On the reception, there is a penalty flag for a roughing the passer, it appears, on Kingswood. So, is that what it was? Going to give Coach Binney the options here. Watch the quarterback go out. Ball caught by 25, Troy Tenney.
Against Kingswood, roughing the passer.
Actually, that's 29, Patrick Connors on the reception. Just at the end of the play, something on the quarterback. They're going to take the result of the play. And it'll be first down at the 6. I'm sorry, is it? Your first down goal to go from the 6.
The ball's going to be spotted on the 3-yard line.
Yeah, so you take the half the distance to the penalty. You take the half the distance to the goal for the roughing the passer, and that will set up Fall Mountain. Franklin going to roll left. Now turns it up and takes it into the end zone. Eric Franklin has thrown for one score and rushed for another. And with 13 seconds to go in the first half, Fall Mountain adds to the lead. Now 13-0 pending the extra point. That is a 6-yard run for the senior co-captain, the quarterback, number 2, Eric Franklin. Again, out on the edge, 25, Troy Tenney. I've said his name more than a few times tonight, doing a terrific job lead blocking. Tenney now will try to add the point out of the Franklin hold. So Fall Mountain came up with the interception late in the first half, and they turned it into points. Now they'll get the ball to start the second half. Extra point makes this 14-0 Fall Mountain. The drive covers 3 plays and 38 yards. Eric Franklin is into the end zone, running the football for the Cats. Josh DeVore was the one who had the interception that set this up.
Dean Porter and Serpent Argamonte back deep for Kingswood.
If I'm Fall Mountain, I don't want Agramonte to get the football, because to me, he's the one guy who gets ahead of steam. He could break something. I think you want to kind of punch this one down the middle of the field. Nope. They'll go the other way. They'll go to Porter.
Porter fields it at his own 10.
Porter will pick it up.
Gets out about the 20.
And gets spun down by West.
And he's hit.
There'll be 6 and change left in the first half.
Tackle. Kings will start 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line.
Here's the defensive play by West, the end of that one. He got a little bit of the shirt and spun Porter around, and down he went.
Fall Mountain will get the ball to start the second half.
Barring a big surprise here, it's going to be 14-0 Fall Mountain at halftime. They're going to take a deep shot.
Pitches to the left
Instead,
side.
they will just keep it on the ground, and that's your first.
Fall Mountain tacklers.
Fall Mountain with one score in each of the first 2 quarters.
That ends the first
Eric
half.
Franklin finds Evan West for a touchdown in the first. Eric Franklin runs for a touchdown in the second. Fall Mountain trying to win their 4th game in a row, and they lead Kingswood 14-0 at halftime. And this is the YCN Game of the Week.
The 55-year class, which is 1958.
The Lake Sunapee region is one of the few communities in the country where you can ski year-round. During the summer season, the lake provides water skiing, fishing, swimming, and boating. During the winter, Mount Sunapee Resort, located at the south end of the lake, is one of the most popular ski and snowboard destinations in New Hampshire. The views of Lake Sunapee from the trails in Sun Bowl are spectacular. For more information about visiting our beautiful area, contact the Lake Sunapee Region Chamber of Commerce.
The Fall Mountain football program wants to recognize our boosters, families, friends, and community. We have a strong group of Gridiron Club members who donate their time and money to ensure that the fundraising and program support is successful year to year. made today's television coverage possible. Please thank them, or better yet, get involved.
Need replacement windows? LaValle Middleton is the place. As a building supply company, most major brands are available to them. Whether your thoughts lead you to triple glazing with a glass coating, or a brand offering only a glass coating, LaValle's has the product information. LaValle's does not knowingly let itself be undersold by anyone, anywhere. Replacement windows are a good idea, but it shouldn't be a reason to overpay. LaValle's offers financing through the same sources as others. Often, buyers find their financing less costly locally and their business more appreciated. When you hear an offer of no interest or no payments for a year, you can be sure that there's a high price attached. It's a signal that you need to call LaValle Middleton for a competitive price for the same product installed. Call or visit one of our 12 locations or go to lavalles.com. Talk with a project specialist and arrange a visit for measuring and providing a very competitive price.
Wildcat Country. We are in Langton, New Hampshire tonight with YCN to bring you Week 5, New Hampshire High School Football Action Division 3. Fall Mountain leading Kingswood 14-0 at halftime. I'm Bob Lippman. Real quick on the scoring recap. 4:21 of the first, Fall Mountain was able to cap a 7-play, 74-yard drive with Eric Franklin throwing a 9-yard touchdown pass to Evan West. Extra point made it 7-0. Then 13 seconds left in the first half. Franklin, a 6-yard run. Extra point good there as well. That was set up by a Josh DeVore interception, and the Wildcats lead Kingswood here 14-0. Trying to beat Kingswood for the second year in a row. These teams have never met before. Last year's game up in Wolfboro, and this is the first time that Kingswood has come down here, now playing in New Hampshire Division 3. Fall Mountain, after the 2-point loss to Monadnock in Week 1, has looked good. And in position here, they can hold on for their 4th consecutive win and put them in pretty good shape as you want to be one of the teams in the postseason. The top 4 teams with the best football point rating in the division will be selected to compete in the tournament. The teams will be awarded 1 through 4 seeds. 1 would host 4, 2 would host 3. That's how it works in this division. Again, Fall Mountain coming in 3-1. Fall Mountain is only playing its second year of Division III football. They won 4 games last year, so a chance to get right to that number. Next week, they will be at Barnes Park in Claremont to play Stevens. That'll be a Friday night game for the Wildcats. And Kingswood will be in Peterborough next Friday night to play Conval. If you're a fan of the Kingswood Knights and you happen to be tuning in tonight, we are scheduled with YCN to head to Peterborough to bring you that game next Friday night. The next home game for Kingswood will be on Friday, October 13th, when Stevens will go up to Wolfboro. We're going to take a little break here now, and when we come back, we'll have third quarter action. All of the halftime festivities that we had hoped to bring you tonight, the band, the ceremonies honoring the classes of 68 and 73, been postponed because of what has been just a steady rain all night long here in Langton. In fact, all afternoon long. We'll get ready for the second half, and we'll see how this one plays out. But at the half, it's Fall Mountain in front by a score of 14-0, and this is YCN.
The Fall Mountain Football Program wants to recognize our boosters, families, friends, and community. We have a strong group of Gridiron Club members who donate their time and money to ensure that the fundraising and program support is successful year to year. They have made today's television coverage possible. Please thank them, or better
Ball
yet,
is fielded at the 17-yard line. Trying to run out of bounds by number 4, Dean Porter.
Well, we welcome you back. It is still raining here in Langton, New Hampshire for Division III football. Fall Mountain 14, Kingswood nothing. We're in the third quarter, and the opening kickoff fielded by Fall Mountain and brought back to about the 28. And that's where we'll start here. Fall Mountain quarterback Eric Franklin has thrown for 1 touchdown and rushed for another in the first half. The Wildcats in their second ever meeting with Kingswood, playing in front of the homecoming crowd tonight. Less than ideal conditions. Franklin tucks the ball under his right arm, and he'll be run down from behind. Nice defensive play by Kingswood's 21 Owen Klingensmith. Pickup will be to the 32 or so, maybe a gain of 4.
Gain about 3 on the play. The ball's
second down and 6.
32-yard line.
From the 32.
It'll be 2nd and 7.
Just underway. Fall Mountain lost the opener to Monadnock. They've won 4 in a row. Kingswood 2 weeks ago, we had them here on YCN. Picked up a win over Kearsarge on the road. Dropped a tough one last week to Epping Newmarket, trying to get into the win column. Game number 2. The handoff this time
Max
to
Wyman,
16, Max Wyman.
Number 7, Owen Riendo.
Handoff will go to Owen
Lost about a yard on the
Riendo.
play. It's coming 3rd and 8. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line of Fall Mountain.
It's maybe a loss of 2 on the play. Franklin was shaken up on the previous play, came out of the game and was tended to by the athletic training staff here on the sidelines. 3rd down and 8 after the loss of 2 there. Wyman, the quarterback, once again. Fall Mountain leads 14-0.
Takes a snap.
And there's trouble on the exchange, and the ball is loose. Who's got it? Kingswood pointing that it is their ball, and it is night football.
Recovered the fumble.
First
They'll take
turnover of the
1st
game
and
for
10.
Fall Mountain gives Kingswood a short field from the 31-yard line of Fall Mountain. They will start.
1st and 10 from the 30.
So the defense able to come up with a stop. And now Kingswood offense will try to find some rhythm. They didn't get a lot done against Fall Mountain in the first half. A late interception in that second quarter upset up the second score of the day for the Wildcats.
Handoff up the middle.
Agramonte will go up the middle. He's dragging Fall Mountain's Jacob Hearn ahead. But a pickup of about maybe 4 yards for Agramonte, who sets up 2nd down and 6 from the 27. Fall Mountain did win in Wolfboro last year, beat Kingswood. First ever meeting between the teams.
It's going to be a 2nd and about 7.
Coach Tom McCullough in his second year
About the
at
27-yard
Kingswood.
line of Fall Mountain.
Checked off 1 box with a win earlier this season. And trying to build with his young program. A lot of underclassmen playing in the game today. Donito is the end out wide to the right. The toss, Brown had a little trouble getting the ball to the running back, 21.
Recovered the fumble.
And this time on the loose ball, it is recovered by Fall Mountain. And Fall Mountain will take over. There was some confusion here because look, the quarterback comes back. He's ready to toss it, but 21 Klingensmith isn't where he thought he was going to be, and then the toss hits the ground. And the loose ball recovered by the Cats. And Fall Mountain takes over here, 9:38 to go in the third. So the second half in the pouring rain starts with an exchange of fumbles. It's now 3 Kingswood turnovers in the game. They've lost 2 fumbles and thrown an interception. We see Fall Mountain senior co-captain quarterback number 2, Eric Franklin, back out onto the field. They'll send Riendo out far to the right. That leaves in the backfield to Salt and a penalty for a delay of game as Fall Mountain didn't get set.
On Fall Mountain.
.9:38 to go in the third. Our next live gridiron tilt tomorrow, Saturday, Newport and Somersworth. It's at 12:24 p.m. And then at 5:09, boys soccer, Newport and Kearsarge. You can catch them right here on ycnnow.com. Click on live games and events. March back of 5. Franklin swarmed under.
And he's taken down in the backfield by number 10.
Agramonte was
Jonathan
first there.
Agramonte.
He had some help from Connor Campbell, 72. And a big loss on what was already 1st and 15.
Connor Campbell along with the tackle.
Loses 6 more there.
And long.
Got this 2nd and 21 from the 17-yard line. Clock, 3rd quarter running, 8:55 to go. 14-0, Fall Mountain in front. Franklin with 3 in the backfield with him.
Franklin with the inside
And
handoff.
they try to go inside, handoff, and Agramonte wraps up 22, Charlie DeSault.
The ball carrier. Number 10, Seraphin Agramonte on the tackle.
Another loss of a yard on the
Couple
play.
yards. That's coming up 3rd and long.
It'll be 3rd and really long. Kingswood can hold here. They should wind up with pretty good field position. 14-0 game. And comes out wide to the left for Fall Mountain is Evan West. Receiver in the slot on the left side as well. Shotgun snap. Franklin out on the toss backwards. 22-yard line is about as far as DeSault will get on it.
To the
And Fall Mountain now will have to punt the football away. And as expected, it should be pretty good field position coming up here. Kingswood gets their deep man Porter back. Goes to about his own 45. Punt, line drive. Porter will pick it up off of the ground and advance it to the 30, or rather the 43 of Fall Mountain.
Okay, I have the winning numbers for the tickets tonight.
So 7:09 to go in the 3rd. Kingswood has the ball for the 2nd consecutive series. They will start with the ball in Fall Mountain territory.
The winning ticket was $1,270. Second place is Alex Clark for $763. That was 0529. And 3rd place was Becky Spees for $508. That was ticket number 1139. You can pick up the money down in
Wide to the right is Emerson Denito. Colby Brown is the Kingswood quarterback. Right in front of us. Quick hitter up the middle to Porter. Will net about 4, maybe 5.
Dean Porter, the ball carrier. Gets it down to about the 40-yard line, the 41-yard line.
Give him 4, make it 2nd down and 6. 3rd quarter action tonight in Langton. Home of the Fall Mountain Wildcats. This was one of their New Hampshire Fights Hunger games. And we have statewide. Quick hitter, the middle. It'll be Klingon Smith.
Probably gets about a yard on the play, maybe 2.
They'll give him forward progress to the 38, setting up 3rd down and 4. I think at this point in the game and down 2 touchdowns, you're in 4-down territory here for sure.
It's going to be a 3rd and 4.
Big lineman Brody Keys, a sophomore, into the ball game.
Ball
Joseph Green went to the sideline.
39-yard line of Fall Mountain.
61, Andrew Hunt, first to the line of scrimmage. He's the center. You want a clean exchange, try to get something going. 3 in the backfield, including Agramonte, who's the tailback. That's where the ball goes, but he slipped as he took the handoff. So it'll be 4th down and 4.
And it's going to be a 4th down, no gain on the play.
For Kingswood. Knights have just not been able to get the offense going, and Agramonte is good enough that we have seen him. You can get him in the open field, you can break something, but couldn't quite get his footing there.
Brendan McPhee back to punt for Kingswood. Eric Franklin back to receive for Fall Mountain.
Kingswood has 2 first downs, maybe just 1 first down in the game. And they're not going to go for it. They will punt the football away.
Punt is away.
Headed towards the sidelines. Good job. Gets it inside the 20. Going to be first down, Fall Mountain in a 14-0 game with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The Gridiron Club brings food to sell at the Gridiron Grub Snack Shack, works the chains, prepares the meals for away games, team dinners, selling gear, filling up the stands, finding sponsors, and creating the program. This collection of boosters is the cream of the crop. The program at Fall Mountain is stronger because of their dedication and love. We say go Wildcats.
Eric Franklin gets his team ready.
Fall Mountain leads 14-0. 1 touchdown in each of the first 2 quarters for the Cats. And there's a timeout taken by Fall Mountain. So a timeout will be taken by the Cats with 5 minutes to go here. Special thank you tonight as well to Perrin and Jeffrey Ando, Jenny Plant, Kelly Patch, Michelle Asinovich for their leadership roles in the Gridiron Club. And they say go Wildcats. Again, football tomorrow afternoon. If you're watching this on Friday night, the Saturday afternoon game of the week is Newport and Somersworth. All the makings of a big one there. They are long-time rivals. A lot of very memorable games and shaping up to be another pretty good one, Battle of Unbeatens. Tomorrow in Newport, and coverage of that game begins just before 12:30, which is when the kickoff is. I'm Bob Lippman here in Langton. First down, 10. Fall Mountain had to burn a timeout there. It continues to rain. Huge hole off the left side. A good running room. Charlie DeSault.
Still on his feet. Still moving.
Finally gets down.
Finally taken down.
The 35-yard line. That effort. In the end, it's going to be a
17 on the play. Now looks like it's going to be a first down
for the Wildcats. And even the players are slippery. Tries to bring it back inside. Got 1 wrap into the arms of a 2nd and a 3rd, and then watch this 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 more yards with 3 Kingswood Knights draped on him. I didn't blow it dead, so you play to the whistle, right? 4:20 to go in the 3rd. 14-0 Fall Mountain. And goes in motion.
With a pitch to
Rando trying to get outside on the right.
Right side. We have
bumped into the Fall Mountain bench, or rather the Kingswood bench across the way, but not where he made that turn. There's a penalty, and it's a hold on Fall Mountain. This will be a 10-yard mark off back to about the 23. And our crew there, led tonight by John Jaskolka.
Okay, to be a 10-yard penalty assessed against Fall Mountain from the spot of the foul. It's going to be a second and 20.
At least 20. Franklin has one helper in the backfield with him.
Handoff to number 7, Owen Rando.
Rando up the middle, quickly blown dead
It's
after a
about
gain of about
2 yards on the play.
3 maybe.
Down.
It'll be third down. Third and long, but again, a dangerous situation here. You don't want to put something up that Kingswood could bring back or take a lot of momentum, so maybe play it a little bit conservative. You have a little bit of a buffer with a 2-touchdown lead.
Ball spotted at the 26-yard line of Fall Mountain.
Official comes running in from the sideline here. There's no penalty, but the Coach Binney was talking to the line judge here on this near side and ran it all the way back. I mean, you can't be arguing about the down because it is third down. I think that may have been what Coach Binney was asking about. You see the official coming back here near side to say third down. The penalty occurred on first. Pass out in the left flat goes to 14, DeVore, and run out of bounds.
Left side, finally pushed out of bounds by number 3, Trey Peterson.
First and second. You know what? I think Coach, now that I think about it, I think Coach Binney had it right.
That's going to bring up
because the holding penalty occurred on the first down, so it should have been first and 22, then second and 19. This should be third down. I think Coach Binney had it right there. But instead it's fourth down. They'll look at it on the tape and they'll know for sure. It's fourth down with 2:55 to go, and now penalty flag because Kingswood had too many men on the field.
On the Kingswood side.
That'll be 5 yards.
Too many men on the field. Okay, so it'll remain fourth down. It's going to be fourth and about 7.
So Fall Mountain will punt again.
Fall Mountain set the punt.
Kingswood dropping a man deep. Agramonte, you can barely make out the 10 on his uniform anymore. It's so dirty.
For the punt.
And he won't even, ball came back towards him. He'll get out of the way. So it'll be Fall Mountain punt and Kingswood football with 2:33 to go in the third. Knights will have it here, first down and 10 of their own 28. Kingswood's got to find a little spark. They found one at Kearsarge a couple of weeks ago. A touchdown, and then they got a safety, and then they got another touchdown.
Okay, Brian sets his
Call the start yard line here at the 29. Quarterback all game has been 7, Colby Brown, and
we have penalty flag on the field.
Legal procedure on Kingswood.
Start.
It got to be a little problem in the second quarter for Kingswood.
Penalty is against Kingswood. False start. And moving back 5 yards.
Eric Franklin, Evan West, a 9-yard touchdown pass in the first quarter on Fall Mountain's first drive, made it 7-0. They'd score again on a Franklin touchdown run of 6 yards in the closing seconds of the first half for 2 touchdowns. Off balance is Klingensmith, and he'll just dig and push and get to the 34. It was a 10-yard run. How about that?
Evan West on the tackle.
Be 2nd and 5. West got over to make the tackle.
On the play, coming up 2nd and 5. Ball spot at the 34-yard line of Kingswood.
So a good gainer on the run play by Klingensmith now sets Kingswood up 2nd and 5. So they got the penalty yardage back plus more. And the quarterback would have been better served to give that one up. Looking for Klingensmith up the middle. Instead, Brown held on to the ball, and Fall Mountain continued to pursue him and knocked him back for a big loss. So they got 10 on the last play, but they lose about 8 on this play.
It's going to be 3rd and 12. Ball be spot at the 20.
That'll be 3rd down. You see the clock not working in Kingswood's favor here. We're down to 1:10 to go in the. Rain continues to come down. It has rained all night. Agramonte, and they've got it. For the Wildcats, that was 68 Finnegan Brodeur, who was first to Agramonte, and will wrestle him down, and it's 4th down.
A couple yards on the play, it's going to be a 4th down.
And the Cats will get the football back. Fall Mountain pitched a shutout last week. Conval 7-zip.
One ran down deep for Fall Mountain.
Pressure coming.
Punt is away.
Far side of the field, and it's a good one.
Good Kingswood
All the
punch.
way down to the 32-yard line.
2-yard line.
43-yard punt, no return.
Fall Mountain will start first
10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Fall Mountain 14-0 is our score. Fall Mountain at Stevens next Friday night. That's a long time rivalry. Get it back now that Stevens and Fall Mountain are playing in the same division once again. Could be the last play of the 3rd quarter if Fall Mountain elects to keep it on the ground. Franklin, bad snap, recovers, but the running back will go right down, and that'll end the 3rd quarter on a Charlie DeSault run. So Fall Mountain and Kingswood, no scoring in quarter 3, end of 3, 14-0, Fall Mountain. And this is the YCN Game of the Week.
The Fall Mountain Football Program wants to recognize our boosters, families, friends, and community. We have a strong group of Gridiron Club members who donate their time and money to ensure that the fundraising and program support is successful year to year. They have made today's television coverage possible. Please thank them, or better yet, get involved.
Stay tuned at the end of the game for the H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating turning up the heat player of the game for the competitor that had the greatest impact on today's game, H.R. Clough Energy Specialists. Start of the 4th quarter. They'll keep it on the ground. Charlie DeSault off the left side.
On the play. Gets it out to about the 35.
Up at maybe 8, it'll be 3rd down.
We appreciate all your support.
And 7. Fall Mountain trying to protect a 14-0 lead. So some of the big guys in the middle up front there, 78 Murray Spalding. 77 Austin Garrier. 66, Garrett Asinovich. Third down. Tyson Patch, the tight end, moves in motion, sets on the right side. And from the sideline, a whistle and a timeout for Fall Mountain.
Timeout. Wildcats.
I think judging by the reaction I could see from Coach Binney, that motion by Patch may have not been what the play was designed to do, so he took the timeout and wants him in the right position here on a big third down. 11:03 to play in the fourth quarter of today's game. You can watch our Yankee Chronicle, the Who, What, Where, and When show of the Lake Sunapee region. This week we'll hear about the Faith and Blue celebration, the Warner Fall Foliage Festival, the 2023 Duck Drop at Mount Sunapee, and about the efforts of Main Street Warner. The new show premieres every Thursday on demand and anytime at ycnnow.com.
Okay, we have 3rd and 8.
Glad that YCN could make the trip all the way over into this little nook alongside the Connecticut River Valley. 11:03 to go in the fourth for Fall Mountain and Kingswood tonight. It's a reverse. Well, they'll come back here and didn't get it, but a nice design play to Tenney. Let's
It's about 5 yards on the
take
play.
a look at that play once again. This is really innovative here. Now watch the quarterback, Franklin. It's actually going to look like it's a forward pass that will be complete to Tenney. But Kingswood able to stay with the ball carrier. In fact, almost punched out from behind. And we'll have the fourth down play here. Kingswood dropping the man back. Good snap.
Franklin punts the ball right. Nice punt.
Franklin's punt will hit in front of Donito. And Kingswood will take it at the 28.
Will down it. Brandon Batter downs it.
10:05 to go.
On the 29-yard line.
So now you start to do the math for Kingswood. An offense that might need a little bit of time to get to score with short run plays. So love to put together a drive here, 70 yards, and maybe use 3-4 minutes. They've only tried to throw the ball twice in the game.
Colby Brown ready to
Not completed one yet. Colby Brown is the quarterback. Man goes in motion. There's running room inside for Porter, and he has a first down.
Gets it across the 40.
Brought down by Eric Franklin, but a pickup of about 11. Out to the 41-yard line. Good play. I think a lot of this ninth grader, Dean Porter, they've used him as their return man in the game today. Agramonte lines up as the end on the left side. Now he goes in motion. First down play. In trouble is Klingensmith. Can he make something out of it? Gets about 7 yards. All the way out of the 48-yard line. 9:20 to go in the fourth.
Ball spotted at the 48-yard line.
Had no break in the rain all night long. Agramonte moves in as the tailback. Porter goes in motion. Agramonte now gets outside, puts that right shoulder down. It's into Fall Mountain territory at the 42. That's going to be another night first down.
That'd be good for first down for Kingswood.
These are the first downs for Kingswood in a long time. And their best looking drive of the night, they've advanced the ball to the Fall Mountain 42. 8:35 to go in the fourth.
Spotted at the 42-yard line of Fall Mountain. Check that 41-yard line of Fall Mountain.
Agramonte will stay in as the tailback. Klingensmith is his blocker in front of him. Porter again goes in motion. They give it to Klingensmith. Ball came out of the end. Fall Mountain has it. It is a fumble recovery on the play for 66. Garrett Asinovich. There's a problem with a bad snap here, and you see the timing got messed up. Klingensmith had it, and then, boy, it almost looked like Klingensmith was already down on the ground. Maybe he was trying to flip it back, but in any event, it goes as a fumble, and a fourth Kingswood turnover of the night will give Fall Mountain the football. First down and 10 at the 48. 8:11 to go. Fall Mountain gets any points here, it's probably game over. Franklin on the toss.
Number 7.
Back to Riendo. Left sideline.
Gets across the
Across midfield and across the 40.
That's good
To
for
the
Fall
Kingswood
Mountain.
38. First down. 14 yards on the run.
On the 39-yard line, I guess.
Clock stopped on the out of bounds play. Fall Mountain trying to celebrate a homecoming win. They have 8 minutes and 3 seconds, playing with a 2-touchdown lead. Franklin out of the shotgun. Riendo again, running room up the middle, and he's got another first down.
Gets down across the 25. That's good for Fall Mountain. First down.
Pick up of another 13 yards. It's 2 runs in a row for Riendo that have net 27 yards. It is first down and 10, Fall Mountain. Getting a little muddy now in the middle of the field as well. So it's getting tougher to bring down the ball carriers. Owen Riendo running strong here, the senior, in the fourth quarter. Back-to-back big plays. He'll stay in the backfield. Franklin will ask for the snap. Back to Riendo.
Riendo cuts it over the left
side. Down inside the 20, maybe to the 19-yard line. And good for Fall Mountain because it keeps the clock moving, leading 14-0 to first half touchdowns for the Wildcats. We're trying to win their fourth game in a row and get to 4-1. Match last year's win total. They'll set up a big one next week in Claremont, the rivalry game with Stevens. Riendo again will be the tailback. And there's through the line, it's going to be offsides on Kingswood was the far side indication, but let the referees huddle up here and we'll see. It's on the Knights.
On the defense.
That's going to be a first down for Fall Mountain at the 14.
That'll be good for Fall Mountain. First down. Also be spotted just inside the 15, first and 10 for Fall Mountain.
Still old school with Franklin. He's got to run over and check with the coaches after each play, bring it back to the huddle, and you only got a limited amount of time to get the play off. Be surprised if they get away from what's worked. Well, they're going to try to throw here. Franklin looking and incomplete. Intended for Josh DeVore. And it'll be second down. Well, I just said that. Kind of surprised that they would go away from Riendo and what had worked. But remember on that first touchdown drive way back in the first quarter, it was all runs. And then Franklin threw the touchdown pass to West that got Fall Mountain in the lead tonight. And they're still leading with 6:16 to go in the football game. 25-10, the blocking back ahead of Owen Riendo. There's the toss this time. Riendo's got room on the right side. And will fight his way just outside the 10, down the 11-yard line. Kingswood's 9, linebacker Ross Broden on the stop. Third down, 7. I won't say that a field goal is out of
the 11-yard line of
reach now.
Kingswood.
They have booted 2 extra point kicks, and a field goal would make it a 3-score game. Fall Mountain love to put this one in the end zone. Low snap, and the quarterback just has to fall on it. Make sure that you don't lose it.
On it.
So let's see what Coach Binney wants to do. A field goal would be about 30 yards. I think they're just going to go for it here. A little over 30. 4th and 11 from the 15.
We got 4th and 11.
Oh, I was wrong. They are going to try the field goal. Look at this. Troy Tenney. Be a 32-yard field goal attempt.
Troy Tenney's field
Ball
goal
down, it's
attempt is
blocked. Ball loose in the line. And covered. No, now Kingswood picks it up. They'll try to run it back. Down the right sideline and all the way out to the 40-yard line comes Emerson Donito.
39-yard line.
That could have been a disaster if Kingswood had run it all the way back. Disaster for Fall Mountain. Instead, with 4:35 to go in the game, there's the block. You see the guy coming through to block it there is 33, Brady Clark. And no one has picked this, no one has downed the ball here yet, and then it's picked up over there on the far side, and Donito just takes off with it. Franklin, with some help from Tyson Patch, able to bring the ball carrier out. But Kingswood gets the football back. Fall Mountain was going for 3 points there, which would have put them up 3 scores, but they didn't get it. Blocked field goal. Now Kingswood will try to answer. At some point, they're going to have to go to the air. Agramonte is the receiver left. He'll come in front of the quarterback. Handoff fake there. Pass is incomplete. Trying to get it to Donito in it's 2nd and 10. 4:31 to go.
Don't forget, after the game here tonight, there's fireworks. They'll be launched from the baseball field.
Fireworks after the game tonight? Where were we at? Hartford a few years ago, right? In White River Junction they had a fireworks show during their homecoming. 2nd down and 10.
Brown with a handoff inside.
And there's nothing inside at all for Gordon. Brought down by Evan West, 3rd and 10. Fives had a nice game defensively, just filled that hole right up. Grabbed the ball carrier and brought him down.
It's 3rd and 10.
Rain probably as light right now as it has been all game, just in time for those fireworks. And goes in motion, Agramonte. They'll give it to Porter. And Porter ahead for maybe a yard or two. And that's about all, and it's 4th down.
Eric Franklin on the tackle. It's going to be a 4th down.
Give him 2, so it'd be 4th and about 8. From the 42-yard line, Kingswood's got to go for it here with only 3:23 to go.
It's going to be 4th and about 7 or 8.
On a night where passing has been extremely difficult.
Looks like Kingswood will be going for it.
Brown waits, takes the snap, blocked, he has time. Now we'll look to move out, and down he goes.
Down in the backfield.
Fall Mountain takes over on downs and now in good shape with 2:59 left. And they continue to lead this game 14-0. 2 first half scores
And Evan West
stood up so far.
Fall Mountain will take over on downs. Be first and 10.
Getting one more look at it.
From the Kingswood 38-yard line.
The goal now, more than anything, is run the clock. Franklin, inside toss. Going to be a good gainer.
Finally taken down at the 18-yard line.
Patrick Connors on the run. Connors down to about the 19, 18-yard line. Pick up 24.
Excuse me, 29 is Patrick Connors.
And it's a first down. Connors will stay in the backfield. The deep man here is Charlie DeSalt. He has split time in the backfield all night with Riendo. DeSalt.
Number 22, Charles DeSalt.
Stood up, still a lot of pushing after the whistle. We're not going to let that go.
On the play, coming second and 8.
A couple of yards, but again, the goal here is, I'm sure you want to score. And every player on the field would love to get one in here on homecoming night, but we're under 2 minutes to go in the game. No mistakes. Long trip down for Kingswood. It's a young squad and they're learning. Fall Mountain, a little bit more experience here. Playoffs last few years. Endow's dragged down. Tackle made by Ryan Bordeaux, a junior linebacker, 22 for Kingswood.
Liam Rashnaut on the tackle, along with Rylan Boudreau.
So it'll be third down. Trying to do the math here.
Third and about 13.
Coach Binney telling Franklin, just wait. So maybe they'll run this down long as they possibly can. We're down under a minute to go in the football game now. So Coach Binney uses the timeout with 52.2 to play.
Wow.
Again, a quick recap of our scoring for the game. First series of the night for Fall Mountain ended in points. A 7-play, 78-yard drive. They had a couple of really nice runs in that drive by Charlie DeSalt. 14 and 12 yards. Finally, Eric Franklin hit Evan West. 9-yard touchdown pass to make it 7-0 after the Tenney extra point. And the only other score came late in the second quarter. Josh DeVore interception set up Fall Mountain at the 38 with 1:24 to go. They connected on a 25-yard pass play to Owen Riendo, and then Eric Franklin would take it in from 6 yards out. And that would be the touchdowns that we have had in the ballgame. There's been no scoring in the second half, and Fall Mountain leads 14-0.
All right, Franklin readies his team.
Third down and 11, 52 seconds to go. So they will just keep it on the ground here.
Hand off is to Patrick Connors.
Connors on the carry, down to the 15.
He gets down to about the 15-yard line. He's coming up fourth.
4th and 3. Well, they need to get to the 8.
For the timeout.
Timeout will be taken by Kingswood here.
Kingswood.
On what is 4th down. They need to get to the 8, so this is going to be 4th and 7. Timeout by Kingswood, but it comes with 31.88 seconds. Boy, that is an accurate clock. I don't know if I've seen a football game clock that goes to the hundredths of a second, but don't be confused by it. That's 31.88 seconds. The track rings the field here, so maybe the track team gets some benefit out of those hundredths of a second.
Franklin brings his team in. He's going to get about 8 yards in this play for a first down.
Fourth down play. Connors to the pylon and out of bounds at the 1 yard line.
But that's good for Fall Mountain.
But it is a Fall Mountain first down. Goal to go. Well, that was really close to being a touchdown because the ball came down and hit the pylon. Well, he went out of bounds, so it stops the clock, right, with 25 seconds left. Connors, and pushed out of bounds. I think that's a good call. Did you take a knee and just end the game, or do you try to punch it in? Give Connors an opportunity, right, to get some points after all the work that he did on this drive.
Franklin with the quarterback.
Franklin will keep it.
Touchdown!
Touchdown, Fall Mountain. With 23 seconds left, Eric Franklin takes it into the end zone. He's figured in all 3 touchdowns. I think we know where we're probably going with our player of the game. Fall Mountain leads 20-0 on a 1 yard run with 23 seconds to play in the game.
All right, Troy Tenney on to attempt the point after.
Tenney has made both of his extra point kicks, but had a field goal blocked. This one's going to be blocked as well.
The point after is blocked.
20-0 Fall Mountain.
23 seconds left.
23 seconds left to go, and it's going to be a Fall Mountain 4th consecutive win on homecoming night here at home. Take that. Again, we thank our Gridiron Club, Perrin and Jeffrey Ando, Jenny Plant, Kelly Patch, Michelle Asinovich for their leadership roles in the Gridiron Club, and Gordon Dancero, Athletic Director at Fall Mountain, for his assistance in putting everything in place for this telecast. Gordon did some broadcasting in his day.
Kingswood's 4, Dean Porter.
Broadcaster, coach, super athletic director here at Fall Mountain.
Troy Tenney set to kick for Fall Mountain.
You're seeing the fruits of Orion Binney now in 6 years of
Trey Peterson,
head coach. He's got numbers. He's got some talented players. Let's watch Kingswood here on this return. This is Trey Peterson.
Still on his feet.
Still going.
The 35-yard line.
Get all the way out to the 48-yard line with 6 seconds left to go. Nice return for number 3. He's a sophomore, Trey Peterson, coming back for Kingswood there. But 20-0 Fall Mountain's where we're at.
Timeout.
So use one more timeout here. Set up a play. Again, tomorrow afternoon, YCN's game of the week is Newport and Somersworth, Battle of Unbeatens. 12:24, boys soccer tomorrow. Newport and Kearsarge at 5:09. 2 live games. Kingswood at Kearsarge tomorrow. There we go for boys soccer. Fall Mountain will be at Stevens next week for game number 6 already of the season. Next Friday night, 7 o'clock. Fall Mountain will be at Stevens next week.
And Brown sets his team.
In football, week 6 of the football season. Next game here is against I Lakes Molten Borough on the 13th. Brown,
the pass is away. It's
penalty flag down. Ball is intercepted by Owen Rando.
He gets run on the right side, still moving, still going.
Rando gets taken down. Another penalty flag and another penalty flag.
We have 3 flags. There's flags everywhere.
But the game clock has expired. Whether we will have an untimed down or not, the officials will figure out. This would be penalties on both teams, I think, for sure. Fall Mountain on the scoreboard 20-0, and the Cats are over here waiting to celebrate. Kingswood, in fact, is already coming from their sideline. Coach Binney saying, hang on.
Penalty against Fall Mountain is blocking the back. Holding against Kingswood.
Game over. There we go. Penalties on both sides, game over. And Fall Mountain wins today. The Kearsarge, HR Club Kearsarge Heating Oil turning up the heat. Player of the game is quarterback Eric Franklin of Fall Mountain. He threw for a touchdown. He ran for 2 more and helping to lead Fall Mountain to its 4th consecutive win. Hope you've enjoyed our homecoming game coverage today. I'm Bob Lippman in Langton. On behalf of all of us at YCN, thanks for your support of the YCN Game of the Week.